What up, people? Revan the Legend here. Welcome back to 80's Mania Wrestling Returns. Let's get it poppin'. Today is the day that we induct some people into the Wrestle World Hall of Fame. This is the first inductees into the Hall of Fame. So we are now currently in November of 87. We obviously started the Federation in 1980, which means we have been running for 8 years now. And in 8 years, we've had a lot of great champions, a lot of great wrestlers. So we are finally going to start inducting some people into the Hall of Fame. We're going to do this every November in-game from now until 1999. And then possibly after 99, we'll have one final ceremony for anyone that we feel probably deserves to be in there. The way to get inducted is quite simple. I'll come up with a list of people myself who I believe deserve to be in there. And then obviously I'll take some feedback from the comments as well. And then if they're all aligned, that's the people who go in. Now, I want the Hall of Fame to be... I don't want a bunch of people in there. I don't want it to be a case of you've won a title, you go in. I want it to be quite exclusive. I want it to be the best of the best that go into the Hall of Fame. Not just... There's a lot of people who have done a lot, achieved a lot, but unless you're like the absolute pinnacle, you shouldn't really be in there. So we are going to be very exclusive with the people we allow in to the Hall of Fame. So without further ado, let's get down to the first inductee into the Hall of Fame. And here we have your first inductee into the Wrestle World Hall of Fame. It had to be the man, the myth, the legend, the main man, Zen. It is Zen. So Zen is our first inductee into the Hall of Fame. Let me read you out a list of his accolades. Crazy. 4-time world heavyweight champion, 2-time a television champion, 1-time a cruiserweight champion. He's also a 3-time tag team champion, once with Max Attack as part of 8-Bit, and then twice with Chance Solar in their tag team Rebellion. He has also won the tag team invitational tournament. He won that with Max Attack as part of 8-Bit. He has also won Wrestler of the Year 1980. Most Popular 1980, Most Popular 1981, Most Popular 1983. He has won 4 end of year awards, including the big one, which was Wrestler of the Year for the first year, 1980. He has done all sorts, and he's probably got one of the accolades that other people just will not be able to have. He is the first ever Grand Slam champion in Wrestle World history. So he won the world title, the TV title, the tag title, and the cruiserweight title. He won all of them. He's the first one to do it. And there's a lot of people who aren't eligible for the cruiserweight division, so they might be able to get like a mini Grand Slam. They'll never be able to get the whole thing. Zen's done it. 8 years, done. Job's good. He's really, he's been like our underdog babyface for a long time. He's popped up in main events. He's snatched the title when he wasn't expected to. The only drawback he has is he's not really had a massively long title reign at any point. So he's won the world title on 4 occasions. One defense, no defenses there, and then only the one defense. So that's the only thing really pulling him back, is the fact that he's not had a super legendary world title reign as of yet, but he's had those big moments winning it off these unbeatable people. He's had feuds with everybody. He has been an absolute legend. He is, the way I've always described him, he's like our version of the Daniel Bryan of like 2014. Like, he is the underdog that the fans loved. He's stepped up. He's rocked it. He's been brilliant. The only other thing you would probably want to get on his resume before he hangs it up, probably the Battle Royal. That's always a good one to win. Whether he can do that, I don't know. It's usually the land of the giants, that one there. But there we go. Our first inductee into the Hall of Fame, the Wrestle World Hall of Fame, is Zen. So next up, we're going to induct our first female wrestler into the Hall of Fame. So with the females, because there's so little of them by comparison to the men, I think the men roster clocks at around 35 wrestlers, the women around 11. So we're going to be a little bit more exclusive with the women than we are with the men. So with the women, it's going to be a minimum 1 per year. There will probably be a couple years where people don't go in, because even if we do 1 a year from now until 99, you're still looking at like, what, 15 women going in? Based off of a roster that by 99 will probably have only been 30 women total in the whole federation. So we're probably going to have it be a bit more exclusive. You'll have the odd years without the woman going in. So it's even going to be even harder for them to get in. So this first one, she's put in the work. Let's reveal our first inductee, the first female inductee into the Hall of Fame. And here she is, the undeniable Lindy Harker is the first and only female inducted into the Wrestle World Hall of Fame. Listen to these accolades. She is an 8-time Women's World Champion. 8! The Federation's been going 8 years. She's had 8 title reigns. She is a 2-time Battle Royale winner. And she is also a 1-time Queen of the Ring. Crazy statistics. Also, her one of her world title defenses, or reigns I should say, had 6 successful defenses, which makes it the second longest female title reign of all time. Elfette did have one with 7 defenses, but the fact that she's held it 8 times, all of them have been pretty decent runs, but that one with 6 defenses is quite impressive. Considering that they don't defend the belt every month, it meant it was a long title reign. She was also the first and only woman to win Wrestler of the Year. She won that accolade in 1985. The only woman to win Wrestler of the Year. Crazy. The first and the only. Undeniably, she has been the queen of the Federation for this first 8 years. It had to be her. There was no one else. Ladies and gentlemen, Lindy Harker. So next up, we are going to induct our first tag team into the Hall of Fame. We've had a lot of really good tag teams. There's been probably 2 in particular who have really fought tooth and nail to be on top of this division, but there's only one winner. So let me present to you the first tag team inductees into the Hall of Fame. And simply put, how could it be anybody else other than the Thompson Crew? The Thompson Crew have been unbelievable, especially considering that in 1980, 1981, and even for the first half of 1982, they weren't really used very much. I mean, they really have had like a small window of maybe 4 years where they have just been unbeatable. Check out these statistics. 3 times tag team champions. They were the tag team of the year in 83, 84 and 85. They were the tag team invitational winners, you guessed it, in 83, 84, 85. They had 1 title reign which had 18 successful title defenses spanning a year and a half. March 83 to October 84. That's like 18 months plus that they had the titles around with them. Insane. They have been undeniable. There's been a couple tag teams that have challenged them over the years, but no one can take away the fact that they are the absolute best tag team we have ever had, and still running strong. They are still out there, still doing their thing. Ladies and gentlemen, your inductees into the Wrestle World Hall of Fame for the tag team division, the Thompson Crew. So now to our final inductee of the evening, the last person going in. We've gone for 2 male wrestlers this time, so I thought we would go for the absolute pinnacle of the babyface side for the first 8 years, and now we're going to induct the #1 heel that we have had for the first 8 years of this federation. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present him to you. And here he is, the second male inductee into the Hall of Fame, the first of the heels to go in. The man, the myth, the horrible guy, O'Hooligan. He goes in as our second inductee into the Male Hall of Fame. Check out these statistics for O'Hooligan. 4-time world champion, 3-time TV champion. He was the winner of March Madness in 1984. He has the joint highest, longest running world championship reign. So 8 successful defenses, same time period and number of defenses as Dr. B, who did his quite recently. He is also the winner of the 1980 Most Hated Award, which is Heel of the Year, essentially. He won that award again in 1982, but also won the Wrestler of the Year in 1982. So he is another person who has won a Wrestler of the Year award. Incredible. His run as a heel from 80 to 84, insane. He has come back since as a babyface from 85 onwards. Hasn't quite been able to live up to the heights of the past, but yeah, he was undeniably the #1 bad guy for the first 4 years, 5 years of the Federation. I mean, it's an incredible achievement which makes him the final inductee today into the Hall of Fame. So ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the inductions for this year. Entering into the women's section of the Hall of Fame, Linda Harker, representing the male part of the Hall of Fame, O'Hooligan. We have entering the tag team division, Otto Thompson and Strong Arm Thompson, the Thompson Crew. And then finally, for the male wing, we have got Zen. There you go, people. Thank you very much for watching Rev the Legends. See you again, and peace.